Good morning, everybody. Sorry for the delay. Google decided that it needed to update this morning, and so last night I had everything set up, and then this morning it was like, nope, not ready to work. So apologies. Thank you guys for the waiting. Hi, everybody. Hi, Zach, Dasa. I think Isabella I saw in there. Did you guys really just send message loading like a million times? I was like, oh no, I was like, what? Why isn't the chat loading? And I thought that that was a problem too. And then I realized you guys are just that funny. Um, you had an imaginary friend who asked us Zindel. Interesting. Where did that name? I love how imaginary friends always seem to have like crazy names. Like it's never like a normal name. Um, but hi guys, welcome back. And I wanted to ask before we get into it. Um, you know how I have guests on the show, and sometimes it's Colin, sometimes it's my like adult friends too. So it's students and friends. Um, I was thinking it could be kind of cool to open up like a small portion, like a bar, almost like right next to me, of a couple windows for people that wanted to join in and share their artwork live. And I could just open up like a Zoom call, and then you guys could pop in and out as you wanted to, like during the show. And like if you wanted to just show your work, you could pop in, share your screen or something like that. Um, but yeah, let me know if you guys would think that would be cool. I'm looking at the comments now. Um, I'm another person. I'm literally held debates with myself. Zach, that's hilarious. I have a buddy. He said that he loves long drives because he gets to do that, and he just has like a whole conversation with himself. Does your other self that you're talking to have like an accent or anything, or is it literally just you? With the name, but then I read a book and found out it was a. Oh no way! That's cool. All good, Isabel. You really didn't miss much. We just started now. We're probably gonna go until 11:30, or something like that, just to. Um, Zach, did you email me? Is that what message you're talking about? I did not see that message, um, but yeah, I'll check it out and then I'll shoot you an email once the show is over. Um, but yeah, yeah. Today we're going to be talking about imaginary friends. We're going to be talking about invisible friends. We're going to be talking about Flora and Ulysses. I did read it. I didn't know. Sorry, I didn't read it. I watched the movie, um, and it was really good. I liked it a lot. So let's jump into that. Let's see. And I learned a lot about the author, who you guys will probably know. She's a really great author. Okay, but before we do that, um, let us do our morning game plan. So we have our art review, which is we're going to look over the art that we did last episode. Then we have our quote of the day, which we're going to hear a quote that hopefully inspires us to draw something awesome today. And then we that leads us into our morning mindfulness, which inspired by that quote, we're going to take a moment to just breathe, be present with our emotions and our feelings, and so that we know what we're working with today, as far as like what emotions we're feeling, and then that way we can put that into our artwork. Then we have our two art icons. Today we have a squirrel and a thought bubble, which those are hints at what we're going to be drawing, but I won't tell you exactly what it is yet, until we get to that point. And in between those two art icons, we're going to do a karate break because I believe that drawing um, is also a full body workout, exercise, movement kind of thing. And if your whole body is sore and stiff and not moving very well, that's going to come out in your drawings, and they're going to look stiff and they're going to look like you didn't have a lot of fun doing them. And we want to make sure our drawings look like we had fun, because then they're a lot more fun to look at. And yeah. Um, then we have our challenge of the day, which I give you guys a challenge to do once we end, and then we check out the morning mail to see um, uh, what you guys sent me. If you guys sent me any kind of artwork that doesn't fall under the category of like what we did last week, and then we say our goodbyes. So, what are you guys talking about right now? You guys talk about what breed did you have? Dogs, maybe. Um, the author is Kate DiCanillo. Yes, yeah. And we're going to go into, I'm going to show you a little bit about her too, and it's just in a second. Last week we did abstract art, which was a lot of fun, but it was also a lot harder than I think any of us expected, right? Like abstract art is like the one that everybody says like, oh, my 2-year-old could do that. And then we tried it. We're like, this is actually really hard. Because it's almost like, because there are no rules, there's nothing to help you, like, guide you to make it look good. But then it also doesn't look good just naturally. You can't just smudge things on the page. So we tried our best, and I think it was a lot of fun. It was definitely breaking the mold of how I normally draw. So that was cool. And if you guys want to be featured or you want your art to be shown, you can send me an email or an Instagram message, or just tag me in it on Instagram at teacher.noah, and I'll check it out. So the author is Katrina or Kate DiCamillo. And Kate is an American writer of children's fiction for all reading levels, usually featuring animals. Yes, with the M. Yes, not an N. She is one of the 6 people to win 2 Newbery medals, recognizing her novels, The Tale of Despero and Flora and Ulysses. She wrote a lot more than I thought. I mean, a lot more books than I knew about than just Flora and Ulysses. So if you look, she also wrote Flora and Ulysses. She wrote The Miraculous Journey of Edward Tulane, who I quoted today. But she also wrote Because of Winn-Dixie too, which I definitely read as a kid, I think. But I think it was like a super sad book about a dog. In The Miraculous Journey of Edward Tulane, she says, Edward knew what it was like to say over and over again the names of those you had left behind. He knew what it was like to miss someone, and so he listened. And in his listening, his heart opened wide, and then wider still. Which I love that quote, because it's not even saying how to make the feeling go away, the bad feeling of missing somebody, but it was more about how to keep your heart open and wide while you're feeling something like that. And so as we take a moment to breathe, I invite everybody to close your eyes and take a deep breath in and out. And think of those who you've left behind. Now, there are a lot of reasons why we get separated from those we love, and it's usually a painful event to go through. Sometimes you might move away. Sometimes you might change schools. Sometimes you might just be in an argument. Sometimes death might separate you from someone you love. There's a lot of different reasons and ways that we can get separated. And I'm pretty sure every single time it's going to be a painful process. So let's take a moment to say the names, whether in our minds or out loud, of the people we miss. Try to recall the moments where they let you know they loved you, and in doing this, we can start to open up our hearts again. I think when we go through something painful like that, we typically want to kind of like isolate and like go by ourselves and like not talk to anybody else, because it can be painful to talk to other people, because then it kind of means that you're opening yourself up to potentially getting hurt again if those people become the ones that are left behind. But I think that's the trick. That's the how to heal from those from that pain, is to find ways to open up your heart again. So as we move on to the next portion of class, I invite you to take this opportunity to remember those past relationships and incorporate the ways they've touched you into your art today. And I think that's a really cool way to use art, is by incorporating elements of those people that you've missed or that are no longer with us, and being able to move that into, put that into our artwork. For example, my grandfather, he's the one who was, I think, passed on the artistic genes to me. And I would talk to him for hours whenever we'd have like family Christmases and everything like that. And he would spend hours like showing me how to draw and doing, teaching me lessons, and gave me so many different art books to use. And he's no longer with us. He passed away, and it's super sad. But what's a cool way to still feel like I have a connection with him is by doing classes like this and teaching art and having fun, trying out different things. And whenever I talk to my grandmother, she always loves hearing those stories of me using the artwork that he taught me. That I'm still kind of carrying on that kind of tradition, or that the fun times that we had with other people and sharing them with other people. Um, Speaking of, I remember one of the last things that we did art wise was we were eating a salad that my grandmother had made. Um, oh, um, um, and we were eating a salad and my grandmother had made it, and she was like cleaning up the plates and like taking them and to throw them away, and he was like, no, 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 no. He was like, I'm gonna keep on working on mine. And at this point, he was already um, showing signs of like dementia, so his brain wasn't um, fully letting him be present exactly, but his art brain was still very much there, and so we saw like he started messing around with his fork and spoon with the salad dressing on the page and the salad pieces, and he started like painting a picture on the paper plate with the salad dressing, um, and just kind of messing around with it like that. And I loved that, and it was just like that gave encouragement to me, and it was just so cool because I was like, even with everything going on with his brain, he was still able to have um, experiment with the art side of things, and it was so cool to see him do that still. And it inspired me to also mess around with the art and teach classes like that abstract art class. Um, so yeah, so try to think of those people, try to incorporate those into your artwork today, and let's do it. All right, so our first section is on sketching, because the style that the artist did these pictures in. So I'm going to switch to my iPad right here. So these are the colors in. Um, these were the not the colors. These are the pieces of artwork. This is the illustrator for Flora and Ulysses, and he did a lot of really cool pictures where they were very like sentimental, and also very funny, and had a lot of expressions, but very like delicate almost in a way. Um, and I loved the style. It was really cool and really inspiring. So I was thinking it would be kind of cool to use that as inspiration to draw a picture in this style. So I'm going to take out my sketching 6B pencil. I think I'm going to pick the same color that they're using, which is going to be like not quite a dark color. If you look, it's not quite all the way down to the corner. Um, but yeah, let's try to do a sketch, a pencil sketch, and we're not going to add color to it or anything. We're just going to sketch the whole thing in like a pencil. So if you don't have an iPad or a tablet of any way or sort, you can use a pencil and paper. And what we're going to do is we're going to sketch a picture of us with one of our favorite pets as a kid. Because I think that's one of the hardest things too, is like losing a pet, and that's the same thing as not the same thing, but it's a lot of the same emotions as losing a loved one, because pets are definitely fall into that category of things that we love. And I still remember, I'm going to draw one of me with my pet snake, Anakin. It was like my first, I feel like, real pet that was like mine, and I actually like had a connection with, which sounds funny because he was a snake. He was a ribbon snake. Um, but yeah, it was really sad when he passed away, and I had him for a year, and I trained him, and he got to know me a little bit more, and he got comfortable with me, and so he didn't try to bite me anymore. And it was really cool, and it was super sad. I definitely cried a lot when he died. All right, let me fix this so that this is not. Okay, that seems to help. All right, let me know in the comments too. What pet you're gonna draw? What pet you remember like very fondly and that you miss? And then we're gonna draw that pet. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to kind of keep it like a similar pose and keep it like a very similar style. All right, let's see. Have you guys read any of her other books too? Like, did you read Because of Winn-Dixie? I think that's one. Um, I don't really remember it, but I feel like that one was also about losing a pet too. All right. Hadassah says she's read all of those books. Also, let me know in the chat. I know you guys are probably drawing already. What you're gonna be, which pet you're gonna be drawing that you like. Let's see. And I loved like finding snakes, capturing them. Like when I would find them on vacation in the wild and stuff. It was so much fun. I just loved like reptiles in particular. I don't know why I like them too. Like most people do not like reptiles. I have a niece named Ada, so I'll draw her. Oh, very cool. And honestly, I would suggest too, like drawing it with pencil and paper. Um, I kind of just stick to the iPad a lot, just because it's easier for you guys to see when I'm drawing. But, um, but yeah, you could totally do this part with an actual pencil on paper. I'm drawing the little snake saying hi to me, Anakin. It was when that Star Wars movie just came out, so I was like all into it. And I loved letting him like slither through my fingers. Um, it was so calming and relaxing for both of us. Because like snakes do this thing where it's like it's almost like they're doing a treadmill, so they slide through your fingers, and then you just kind of keep on holding one finger in front of the next, and and it like relaxes them, and it gives them like it lets them exert some energy. Um, it's actually really calming for them. So Okay, I think this is a pretty good sketch. I don't know if I wore any kind of crazy shirts. I'm trying to think of like a shirt that I actually wore. I know I wore that one that had a Mewtwo on it, and it was a black one, but I don't remember exactly what it looked like, so I think I'm just gonna make it up. Do you guys know the Pokemon Mewtwo? That was definitely. I don't know why I liked him so much. I don't think I even did like him. I think I was just like he was on a cool shirt. All right. Did you guys have any outfits when you were growing up that you really liked and like you just like kind of stuck to? I remember I read X-Men comics too, and there was this character Beast, and I thought he was the coolest. Um, and he wore cargo shorts in in the comic that I read, so I loved cargo shorts for like a good portion of my life there. And I also like Tarzan, so like he was always walking around like um, without any clothes on, so I like loved being barefoot too for those reasons. All right, this is pretty good. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide this layer a little bit like that, and then go over it with like a new pencil layer. And I'm going to try to see if the chalk calligraphy pen works better, because I feel like it's always been pretty good. Yeah, I think I'm gonna like that better. So that's too thick. Let's see what these are. Lines are all really thin, and it looks like they almost did like a watercolor wash. I want to see how good we can do with our shading with just like a pencil shading, and then maybe do like a little bit of watercolor wash on top. Let me make sure I'm getting this down right. Oh no, they do pretty detail with the style with the ads. Okay. Oh, I'm not really looking in the right direction though. I gotta fix that eye. And for those that were wondering, for the eraser, I'm using the soft brush. I think I'm gonna switch it to the medium brush. Um, but yeah, I use that one because it gives a nice little like soft edge. Excuse me. Okay, I have Havanese named Ada, so I'll draw her. Cool. There we go. Now I'm looking at Anakin. All right, let's see. Oh, why is my eraser always so big? think I could do a little bit more detail on the nose. This artist did a little bit more. All right, all right. And I think there's something nostalgic about drawing in pencil too, and then just going to the details. Um, Unlike what we've been doing in the past, where we've kind of been just laying in things pretty quickly and going about it really quickly, I think sometimes it's nice to kind of slow down with the drawing and um, let yourself kind of go into doing like the details. It gives a lot or more space for like thinking and remembering, and I think with this kind of topic of drawing a pet that we remembered, it's the way to go if you're going to be drawing something more nostalgic. Hair was a little bit poofier than this, so I'm going to all right, all right. It's coming along good. Looking very much like the style. All right, let's see. All right. I remember it was so cool watching Anakin eat, my snake Anakin, not Skywalker. Um, and it's funny too because all my cousins still remember that I had a pet snake named Anakin. Um, because he would eat these little guppies, and so they would be alive, and so I'd put him in a water bowl in his tank, and I'd see him watch, and he'd be like watching, and he'd be like, this would be like his little head, right? He'd be watching the little fish, and then when he was like ready, when he like felt like the timing was right, and he'd go and snap and like grab one, um, and it was so cool to watch him like um, catch an animal like that. It was like Nat Geo, but like in my room. Um, yeah, and then after he ate them, you could see them in his belly. Like it would get like his belly would be thin and then go out, and then you could see it, which was really cool. So you could literally feel the food, the fish in his belly. Um, hey Jet, all good. Wow, everybody's late today, including myself. So all good, Jet. Right now we're drawing um, a Flora and Ulysses styled picture of uh, of of our pet when we were a kid that we had. So mine was the pet snake called Anakin. All right, let's see. I was a pet. It was a ribbon snake or a garter snake. I forget which one. I'll have to look it up. Oh, good, Jet. Glad you're here. I'm just impressed with you guys for the consistency. You guys have been coming to this class for a long time now. Can you believe I was thinking that the other day? We've been doing this for almost a year now, or I think about a year. Um, it's wild. I was like looking back on the old episodes and stuff, and I was like, whoa! I was like, we've done so many different drawings. So, what do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. Would you guys want to share your work live, like while you're drawing it? Like say right now, instead of just me talking by myself, I could even open it up so you guys can chat. That's okay, Jet. You're actually only a half an hour late because I started a half an hour, roughly a half an hour late anyway. So you only missed the first half hour. This is still our first drawing. We haven't even done karate break yet. Um, but yeah, what would you guys think if I just opened up a Zoom call for and gave you guys the link, and you guys could just pop in your heads next to mine, virtually like via Zoom, and you guys can talk and we could all talk live instead of doing that. I tried it out with a buddy of mine from college, and actually a couple of friends of mine. We've been doing this where we just call each other while we're working. Um, and so it's kind of like fun because it's kind of like we're working in the same room, and so we can say things and chat when we want to, but we don't also feel like the need, like we don't have to be talking the entire time, because I think that's part of what makes FaceTime calls so tiring sometimes. Is like feeling like you can't just like exist with the other person. You always have to be talking, or else it feels awkward. But I think if we were drawing, like what happened with my friend, um, it could be it could be kind of fun, because then it's like while you're drawing, you're thinking of things, and you could say things as you think of them, but you don't feel the pressure of like exactly talking the entire time. Um, and that happened like naturally with my friend Jordan, but then I have a friend Nadia, and like that just happened um, because she was like, "Hey, do you want to um, be work buddies today?" And just like FaceTime while we do that. And so I was like eating my lunch and she was working on a project, and we weren't necessarily even having a whole conversation. It's just nice to have the company sometimes. All right, time to draw his adorable little cute head. All right, I'm just gonna finish up my, and I think I'm gonna do the wash. I like the idea of the wash. Christine, how old are you? It was my birthday on March 1st. Whoa, wait, dude. Like, wait, what? Wait, hold on. I've been here since like 2020 in April. Oh, right, yeah, that's when we started. It was my birthday on March 1st. Jet, how come you didn't tell us it was your birthday anytime soon? March 1st was so long ago. Happy birthday. That's awesome. Hold on, I gotta. All right. I'm 13. 10. That's pretty cool. All right, how are we doing on time? Oh yes, is it about time? It's about halfway. It's our halfway mark now. So I should wrap this up. Okay, I'm gonna use a watercolor tool. You can use Spectra, which is actually a really nice watercolor tool. See, and I'll just do a really light to color my hair. I'll even change the opacity. There we go. That's better. I think this one should come with your normal pack. So this is under painting. It's about it's underneath the Salamanca and the Nico roll, and it's called Spectra. It's really good to get like a watercolor effect. There we go. See, they do a little bit of shading on the face. Oh, tell me I'm doing this. Yep, I'm doing this on the same layer. Whoops. All right, that's okay. All right. Cool, I'm eating a roast beef sandwich. I turn 11 in a year. I'm 14 in June. Eating a sandwich that is toasted bread, egg, cheese, and... Oh, you guys are making me hungry. Ah, don't want to erase. I want to color them in. Okay. I don't know who's hammering something in my house right now. It's very loud. Okay. Let's see what else we got. There we go. That looks pretty good. I like it. Oh, I just realized I drew my hand so big and didn't even do a whole lot of details for the other fingers. But I didn't even notice it, so I think I'm going to leave it. You have not started yet. Eating your sandwich or trying? All right. Let's see. And I did switch layers, so now I can do the Mewtwo shirt the way it should be. Oh, I'm trying on the wrong layer again. Ah. Okay, I was wondering why it was so opaque. There we go. All right. All right. I'll finish coloring the Mewtwo later, but I like the way it's looking. That's actually a really cool style. It looks nice. All right. Let's take a pause. Unless we'll wait until the second try. Yeah, no, Jet. This is just the first one. We're gonna pause to do a karate break really quick now. That's my face, nice and big. Okay, this is our first one. We're gonna take a quick karate break. If you're new, I used to be a student at the Martial Arts Training Academy in Clifton, New Jersey. This is me when I was an orange stripe belt, and there's my sensei. You can see him standing up in the black over in the other far corner. And it was a lot of fun. It was a good time, and I stayed there since I was like 7 to like into my 20s, I think, my early 20s. Um, and then I think I eventually stopped when I was a senior in college, and I needed to focus like all my energy on my art. But it was really cool, and I wanted to get back into it, but that was when COVID started, the quarantine started. No, Jet, this is the first drawing. Let me write that. Yeah, I did this since I was little, and and eventually like taught it to the other students there, like the younger kids that were joining there. Um, yeah, and so now here we are. I want to do karate again once quarantine stops. I'm definitely gonna start it up again, I think. And yeah, we used to play a game called Sensei Says, which is what that says. Sensei Says, and I'm the sensei, which is the teacher, in I think Japanese, and it's like Simon Says. So whenever I say a move and I say Sensei Says, then you do the move. If I don't say Sensei Says, then you don't do the move. You would think I would be better at explaining this game and this whole story by this point after doing this for a year, but I feel like that still made zero sense. So, all right, my arm is doing a lot better. My clavicle, it's not fully healed. It still looks a little bit. Look, you can see, it's a little bit wonky still. It looks kind of like a slug as opposed to my normal one, right here. But it is healing and starting to go down. Um, okay, good. Jet. Yeah, it's like good like 30 seconds I think, which is like a long time really for a delay. Um, anyway, so now I can slowly stretch. There we go. Stretch my arm. I can kind of do the pull back one. That kind of hurts a little bit. This one doesn't hurt. Um, Turn your neck around. I'm doing physical therapy, and the guy laughed because of how I broke my collarbone the same week that I was planning on moving. And it was also while I was looking at a sunset, so the whole story is pretty hilarious. Um, all right, let's do Sensei Says, though. Hands up. Sensei says. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says side kick. Sensei says back kick. Sensei says front kick. Side kick. Back kick. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says side kick. Back kick. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says back kick. Sensei says side kick. Front kick. Sensei says back kick. Side kick. All right. That was pretty simple, straightforward. Did you guys get out already? I know Isabella probably didn't get out because she never gets out. But let's see if I can get you guys out for this next part. For the blocks. All right. Sensei says rising block. Sensei says cross block. Sensei says middle block. Sensei says down block. Sensei says parry. Sensei says rising block. Cross block. Sensei says middle block. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says side kick. Back kick. Sensei says down block. Sensei says middle block. Parry. Sensei says front kick. Back kick. All right. That was a little bit more complex. Now we're doing the last and final round is the attack. So we have straight punch, we have spear hand, we have heel palm, we have hammer fist, we have back fist, we have shuto, we have ridge hand, and we have vertical fist like that. You're out already, Hadassah? Come on. Okay, you can get back in. This is the last round. Everybody's back in. If you got out already, come back in. We're doing final round. I'm throwing everything at you guys. Ready? Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says spear hand. Sensei says heel palm. Rising block. Sensei says middle block. Sensei says down block. Sensei says cross block. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says side kick. Sensei says heel palm. Sensei says back kick. Sensei says shuto. Ridge hand. Sensei says back fist. Sensei says side kick. Sensei says front kick. Back kick. Sensei says middle block. Down block. Sensei says parry. Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says spear hand. Sensei says heel palm. Hammer fist. All right, did anybody get out on the hammer fist? All right, I'm looking to see if Slider wants to come out and say hi. He's still digging right now. Good. Okay, now that we got our blood pumping, drink some water. That is good. All right. Now, speaking of friends and people we've said goodbye to and imaginary friends and all that stuff, I wanted to show you guys one of the other books that the same illustrator wrote, and here it is. Okay, so this is some of the characters that he drew. This is like for a costume contest in the classroom, and I think that it's like the kid was born as a supervillain, I think is the story. It's pretty cool. But it's a lot of crazy costumes. This kid looks like he's either falling asleep or has to go to the bathroom. Oh, this kid's got like an iPad, like he's like a robot. That's kind of cool. This kid's reading his book upside down. I wonder what the book says. How to Rule the World. Classic. Oops. This kid's got stretchy arms like that right there. That's kind of cool. I've said goodbye to many friends. Congrats, Jet, on still being in and not getting out. I'm sorry you've had to say goodbye to many friends. It's a sad thing for sure. Do you want to tell us the reasons why? What's cool, I think, now is like I've said goodbye to some friends where they've moved to different schools, and then now we've reconnected and we call and now we have like ongoing calls, which is kind of nice, where it's like every week at a certain time we call. And these are friends from like high school and from middle school, and now it's like we talk almost like every week, and even in college too. And we just like keeping up with each other, and so it's like we get to talk for hours like each week, which is really nice. Yeah. So I wanted to do a mix of kind of this illustrator's characters, but then also with one of the most famous Invisible Friends. I actually heard a talk with the director Pete Docter, and we watched Inside Out. This is what this character's movie, Bing Bong. He's from the movie Inside Out by Pixar and Disney, and Pete Docter was talking about it, and it was so cool because he was like literally right in the room with us and telling us about it. And he said that he had an imaginary friend growing up where it was an elephant, kind of like Bing Bong, and the elephant was riding a bicycle, and the elephant could ride up around the walls and the ceiling. And so he said whenever he had to like, when he was bored in school or whenever he had to wait or like, I think when he was at church or something too, he would just like imagine the elephant riding up and around the walls and like around the frames and everything. And it was really funny. I think Slido does want to come out, guys. You want to hear him? Hey, buddy. You want to say hi to your fans? Oh, God. He's getting so heavy, guys. I don't know how long we're going to do this. Okay, I'm going to change my camera to the big one. There we go. Okay. Say hi, Slider. Oh, God. Don't drop you. He's got a little bit of a... All right, say goodbye. You can walk around now. Okay. Ew, you're dirty. So dirty. COVID and my best friend, my best bestie's friend, had to move away permanently because his dad had to go work somewhere else. Oh no. Yeah, that'll do it. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, Jet. That stings. Yeah, that's a bummer. Have you been able to keep in touch with your best friend since then? So they're all saying hi to you. They all love you. Um, but oh, there goes my light. Hey Google, turn on Diva light. Ta-da! Okay, perfect. All right. Yes. Okay. So back to Bing Bong. And Jet, yeah, let me know, Jet, if you're able to keep in touch with your friend, or if this kind of put a huge downer and like you can't really talk to them anymore. It's never the same, really, and so sometimes it is a sad thing, and sometimes it's so sad that it makes you not want to make new friends because it hurts so much, right? To like not see your friend anymore. And I think yeah, it's a definitely a tricky thing to navigate, and I think the only way to get through it and to be like to keep on growing and being healthy is to find ways to open up your heart again to new people, and knowing that like that's part of I think why especially in LA too, so many of my friends have moved away, and I think the good part of it is that it helps me value the friends that I do have that are still close and that still oh, I'm sorry, Jet. And I know this lag is probably not the best for having this kind of conversation, but I like that we're trying our best. Um, Jet, I hope that you don't feel lonely when we're doing our class, and I know that everybody else in the class loves having you, and I know that it was really cool having Colin, you win the competition for Colin's characters and stuff, and he was really stoked about that too. Um, and I think one thing to remember is that sometimes that even the sad, like everything changes, and even the sad things change, and so good things will change, sad things will change, and that's part of like the flow of life. Um, and so because it is really it stinks to be lonely, and that's like one of the I think the worst things to be feel isolated. Um, and I've definitely felt that at times, and sometimes it's like you get into fights with people, or like I remember me and my friend, we kind of just we were ghosted, and so I didn't know why we weren't talking anymore. And then years later, we were able to reconnect and become really good friends again. But I didn't know that was going to happen at the time. And so I remember that was around like high school time. Okay, you do feel happy there. No, I feel happy here. Okay, good. Um, yeah. And sometimes it's a mix, you know, like in Inside Out, where there's like you could feel happy and sad at the same time. Um, my best friend I've literally known since I was 6 months old and moved to Texas. I live in Jersey. Oh no, Zach. When did they move to New Jersey? I mean, when did they move to Texas? You're in Jersey. Um, yeah. Thank you guys for sharing that stuff. Um, I think a lot of us are going through similar things like that right now, and I think it does help to share those feelings with other people, because then at least we can feel not so alone in our loneliness together. Only because he was born when I was 6 months. I've literally known since I was 6 months. Last summer, wow. So was it because of a COVID thing too? Um, hmm. While we keep on talking about this, because I don't ever want to like stop these conversations. Um, let's do this imaginary friend project. I think it'll be fun. Um, I think who said they had a imaginary friend? Was it Hadassah? I think. Um, sounds like where was it? Zach says that he talks to himself. Hadassah had one named Zindel. Okay. How many of you have had imaginary friends? Um, what did your imaginary friend look like? I would love to draw and come up, excuse me, with your imaginary friend, and I think that would be really fun to do. Um, I'm gonna use my calligraphy brush. Well, I've been trying to make new friends. It helped that I heard we were going to go back to school in group, but I'm in a group with kids I know, and they all think I'm weird. Oh man. Well, I think it's the best when you're the weird one. I think that um, as much as it stinks um, to be the weird one, I think the weird people are the best people. Um, and all of my friends now are the weird friends. I had one called Pokey. Okay, Hadassah, she has short red hair. Okay, now you both have one. Okay, Hadassah, since I already said Zindel, let's try drawing Zindel first, and then we can do Zach if we have time right after Pokey, because those are great names. Okay. There we go. So let's draw Zindel. Zindel has short red hair. I'm just gonna go straight for the colors actually this time. Like, she has short red hair. Okay. Uh, she has short red hair. Mine was short. I had one called Pokey. What was short about yours? She usually wears a black shirt and she has green eyes. Okay, cool. His height. Oh, his height was okay. I love it. I love it. I'm gonna definitely get to both of them. Okay, so let me just try to draw. I feel like she should have freckles too. She lived in the walls of my house, so that's cool. Oh, Jed, I cannot wait to draw yours. And what did you guys do with these best friends? Okay. Mine was always hiding and I had to find him. Oh, that's so cool. I love the freckles. Okay, cool. So you live in the walls of my house. Okay, I want to start doing jets really quick. Let me know, though, Hadassah, if you have any more details that we could add to yours. For Pokey, let's see. What'd you say? Mine was short. He wore a sweater. So he only had 10 teeth. Okay. And he's always hiding. Okay. I love those big sweaters that have like the long sleeves. I feel like those are like coming back in style right now. It's really funny. You guys hear Slider on my feet? He was a little furry. Oh, he had fur. Oh, interesting. All right. Okay, okay, okay. I like this. It was kind of cyan, his sweater. You mean like yellow, right? Like yellowish? Okay, let's switch that a little bit. That should do it. This is like tricking with my eyes. I can't even see which one is yellow. Okay. Okay, I think kind of like that, right? And he was furry. His fur was orange. Okay, you said exactly. Okay, good. Um, I want to make his fur a little bit more orange too. And maybe he has like, I feel like he's almost like a little Ewok, like from Star Wars. Let me know how that color looks for the sweater too. Okay. Oops, sorry, Slider, didn't mean to scare you. Exactly, cute. Sign is blue. Oh, no. Okay, sign sweater. Okay, let me try that again. Okay. Well, blue, we can do blue for sure. I think we like this, like... that one, I think. A bright blue. Okay. That's exactly to how he looks. Oh, exactly. Gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Okay, cool. Let's see. Love her. She lives in the walls. I was always holding it. Ready to get fur. Did I forget anything? Okay. I'm going to move him a little bit shorter, though. There we go. I'm just going to do a quick little color, base color underneath them. To do some watercolors. There we go. Okay, and I think her leggings should be like something like pinkish or something. What do you think? Oh, and he had a little bag that he always had. Oh, that's so cute. I said exactly how he looked. Okay, he has a little bag. Okay, perfect. Let me give him a little bag. Actually, he wouldn't have the crackers like that. He would have them. Could you send us? Yeah. That hangs in front of him. Oh, okay, gotcha. That's what you're saying. Yes, absolutely. I will send you guys these. Do you guys care if I send these as like the weekly email? Have you guys been getting the weekly email? Jet and Hadassah, I think you guys are both already on it. Slider, stop! You're so loud, dude. Okay. All right. Is it like maybe it's a fanny pack kind of bag? That'd be kind of cool. I feel like I've never seen an invisible friend with a fanny pack. This is his little bag of crackers. It's like sleeve of crackers. Oh no, I haven't. Maybe you're sending to the wrong email. Oh no. Okay, 3 straps. Sliders having. I know he's having so much fun. Hadassah, can you send me an email then? No, maybe you're sending to the wrong email. Yeah, maybe. Hadassah, I'm gonna write it down and look through because I'm pretty sure I've gotten emails from you before. I'll just look through that. But if you want to send me an email too, and I'll make sure you get it too to the right person. 3 straps. Okay. No, I haven't. Maybe. Oh no, that was Jet. Sorry, my bad. Okay. Hadassah, you're getting them though, right? And if anybody doesn't get them, I send weekly emails, like kind of newsletters, and just kind of keep you guys up to date on everything. So yeah, if you don't get one and you would like to be on it, just send me an email. That's Jet. Yes, yeah, I realized, Jet, I'm going to make sure you get the right email. I know I have your email. Just, how does that look? Okay, cool. All right. Well, I love it. I want to write you down your names so I don't forget too. This one was. Oh, 2 S's, not 2 D's. Yes. Cool. All right. Those are such cool invisible friends. All right, guys. We're almost done. I just wanted to give you guys the challenge of the day is to make a drawing of your imaginary friend and send it to my morning mailbox. If these were slightly different than what you guys imagined them to be, send me what your versions would be. You could even draw over them if you want. And you guys have my email, noahfontana@gmail.com, and teacher.noah on Instagram. So either one will work if you send it to either way. And our star student for today's morning mail is Jet. Jet sent this awesome drawing of Cuphead, I believe it's called. And it was like really cool. I just love the style and the brightness of the colors. I feel like I'm using always like pastel colors, and so maybe I'll have to take a page from your book and try to do some like bright colors like this. Because this is really cool. I love it so much. I love the thick lines. It just looks very like modern pop arty, which is really cool. Is this what Cuphead looks like? He looks like he kind of has like the Mickey Mouse shorts and the gloves and stuff too. That's kind of cool. I do have a full docket now for our future episodes. We have a lot of fun stuff coming along. So, and I put down everything that you guys told me, and I wrote it all down, and I put it into my Excel sheet. So now we can get to all of them. And next week, before we do that, if you guys want to be a star student or co-star, send your art, noahfontana@gmail.com or at teacher.noah. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe. You can donate, you can comment below, you can send your drawings to me, all those fun things. I really appreciate it. And next week, next Saturday, we're going to be painting weather in a scene. So, yeah, so you guys, I love the comments. You guys are awesome. One of the things you guys have been asking for is how to draw like weather, like snow, and I think like rain probably too. And also how to paint like an environment and a scene. And I thought, what better artist to look at for inspiration than I think this is Ivan Earl, who did these for just checking on Slider, who did these for Disney, especially with Sleeping Beauty, like the original, like the OG Disney Sleeping Beauty, whereas animated. If you look at the backgrounds, they're just amazing and gorgeous. So we're gonna be looking at that next week. I'll see you guys later. This is so much fun. All right. Bye.